You and I are designed for relationship, we're designed for community, and we're designed for interaction. And our brain loves that. Someone once described that when we're growing up with our parents in our home is like an ocean of emotion. So we're in the emotion of our mom and our dad and our siblings. And that ocean is inescapable. And we swim in this emotional ocean without realizing that we're absorbing all the emotion and becoming part of that environment. And once we leave home, that ocean of emotion is inside of us and it's affecting everything that we do. When children are growing up and they experience, let's say, irritability and anger of mother, father, and the tension that is inevitable in a home, and if that tension isn't resolved properly, what happens is the child has no place to go, and it's one of the worst forms of entrapment that a child can go through, because where are they going to go? They can't go for a drive, sometimes they can't go for a walk, so they go to their room. Or if they can't go to their room, they go to the computer, but they have to hide somewhere because they don't feel safe, because the tension in the home is building up so much because of irritability, annoyance, distress, and these big emotions to a developing mind, to a young child, are overwhelming to them, whereas we as adults think, we'll get through it and we're fine. However, if a child doesn't understand that, and the parent doesn't explain to the child, we're okay, mom and dad are just fighting a bit and we're fine and you'll be okay too. If you don't explain that to a child, the child actually misinterprets what's going on because they don't see the bigger picture. Your distress becomes their bigger picture because they can't separate themselves from it, and they feel trapped in the negative ocean of your emotion, and they just kind of stuff that away. And this is where self-pity becomes a part of us. Many children feel sorry for themselves after a while, and later in life they get trapped in a mechanism towards self-pity. Because no one pities them, they have to pity themselves. And when you work with people, one thing that most people don't realize is when we're caught in self-pity, we actually need someone to pity us. And it's okay to pity someone for a short period of time, in effect to be in their distress and say, I understand, and actually pity them, show compassion and empathy, and then help them get through the pity to a broader self-awareness. But when we say things, that's not that bad, or you'll be okay, don't worry about it, and we dismiss it, they actually go into deeper forms of self-pity that you can't even see, and they just kind of shove it down. And it actually builds up in them because no one comforts them. So self-pity has a temporary value to it. And so I'd encourage you, when you're working with some people and friends and children, and you see self-pity's sort of developing, why don't you try actually empathizing and showing some compassion just for a short period, and then helping them sort of get through the other side of the self-pity so that they can come back to themselves. This way they start swimming out of the ocean of the interior of their emotion.